Over 1.6 billion people globally lack adequate housing. That figure isn't just a crisis, it's an ethical failure. Around the world, housing is treated as a commodity, not a right. This briefing for UN Habitat explores how cities can reclaim housing as a public good. Drawing from examples from Chile to Detroit, it frames ethical housing as a tool for urban justice. To ask what makes a city ethical is to ask, who is it built for? An ethical city places people above profit. It treats housing not as a speculative asset, but as a secure, affordable, and inclusive good. Rooted in rights-based urbanism, as defined by UN Habitat, ethical housing adapts to diverse urban realities, from fragile to feral, frail to fearless. At its core, ethical housing builds justice into physical space. It protects the right to stay, centers participation, and strengthens community resilience. As UN Habitat puts it, housing is more than just a roof. It's the opportunity for better lives and a better future. The current housing crisis isn't just structural, it's moral. Under neoliberal urbanism, cities prioritize market returns over human needs. Housing becomes a financial product, leading to displacement and inequality. From gated communities to empty luxury apartments, this model undermines the right to the city, the right to live, shape, and belong in urban space. As John Friedman argued in the World City Hypothesis, global cities often serve elite capital flows, not everyday residents. Ethical housing challenges this by asking, what is just? Who benefits? Who gets to stay? Ethical housing spans a range of non-market models rooted in care, equity, and access. Though diverse, they share a goal: to center people in urban development. In Vienna, public housing has ensured affordability through long-term state commitment. In Detroit, community land trusts empower residents to collectively steward the land. In Chile, Alejandro Aravena's incremental housing model enables families to co-build homes with dignity and autonomy. In Barcelona, PAH, the platform for people affected by mortgages in English, has driven anti-eviction legislation and reclaimed vacant buildings. These approaches work across different contexts. As Robert Maga notes in Deconstructing the Fragile City, ethical planning must respond not only to material needs, but to deeper structures of exclusion. One widely recognized example is Quinta Monroy in Iquique, Chile. In 2003, Aravena and his firm Elemental were commissioned to rehouse 100 families living informally on centrally located land. Rather than relocate them to the outskirts, they proposed a radical idea: build half a good house. With $7,500 per unit in public funding, Elemental delivered essential infrastructure, a roof, kitchen, and bathroom, and left space for families to expand over time. This participatory phase approach allowed people to remain in place, preserve community ties, and shape their own homes. Ethical housing looks different depending on the city structure and challenges. Using the typology proposed by Robert Maga and Richard J. Norden, we can map 4 urban forms. In fragile cities like Rio de Janeiro, top-down programs like Minha Casa often push residents to the periphery and undermine inclusion. In feral cities like Detroit, where formal governance is weak, communities lead. Models like land trusts and mutual aid reflect a bottom-up ethic of solidarity. In frail cities like London, alternative housing exists, like co-housing, but it is constrained by powerful market forces. In fearless cities like Barcelona, bold municipal action, including anti-eviction laws and acquisition of vacant homes, puts housing justice at the center. As Norden writes in feral cities, these urban forms reflect different balances of power, presence, and potential, and shape how ethics are embedded in housing solutions. Looking ahead, ethical housing must be scaled with integrity. For UN Habitat, this means strengthening municipal power, regulating speculation, and embedding participation and sustainability into policy. It also means protecting urban commons and aligning housing with climate resilience. Ethical housing isn't a singular model. It's a framework that centers on dignity, affordability, and community ownership. Housing is key to building inclusive, safe, and sustainable cities. It's where urban values, justice, care, equity take tangible form. If cities are where the future is built, then ethical housing is how we decide what that future stands for. Thank you.